Welcome to Oops All Segments, the very best podcast hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I'm Kevin.
I'm Thomas, and today we're here with special guest, funny friend Juliet Davidson. Welcome, Juliet.
Hello, thank you. Great to be here.
Yeah. What's cracking? What's going on in your life, Juliet? You guys have known each other for like a month. Is your life better or worse since you've known Thomas?
Well,
the world is worse, undoubtedly. So
yeah, I think that's a tough judgment call to make, especially with Thomas is here. So I would say overall,
I got really thick skin, though. I'll say so. Whatever you have, just no censorship.
And I can kick him from the room if you want. I could sort of remove him from the room in the chat.
Honestly, no. I was thinking about that. I didn't want to be that guest.
Yeah, no, I mean, hold on, just give me a second.
No, don't
drama.
Like this. I'll just remove him. I don't know if I can actually kick him. I can remove him from the room, but
oh god, what a nightmare!
Video, but I'm recording my own audio independently, so they could hear my sigh when I got booted from the StreamYard chat.
It's been a riot. It's such fun. We're in a show together right now. We have a couple week run, so that's been great. I would say otherwise things are pretty cool. I started a new job. I've been getting deeply into reality television as well, which
is that part of the job, or is it just two separate things entirely?
No, not the job. The reality television has become more of a hobby, I would say.
What's the show that has captivated your imagination?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great. Oh, which one's really a thrill?
This year, I've gotten into one or two reality TV shows, so I'm hoping it's one of the ones I like.
Low key, guys. Low key. Sometimes my life feels like a dang reality TV show. I wish there were cameras to capture some of this shit, because I have no one to confess to. It's like there's so much drama.
So much drama. Can't even handle it. I barely had time to be here,
33 years old, Thomas. You're a therapist. Your life can't be that.
It's fucking crazy the shit people tell me. It's like, whoa, too much information.
Yeah, we should put your sessions on. Your sessions should be on air. I'm pretty sure that's I would watch that show.
The Patreon content for Oops All Segments is just Thomas's recorded counseling sessions.
I tell some of my clients low key, I'm the one who needs therapy. If you saw some of my personal shit, I got stuff to work through.
Why do you tell your clients that? What does that help
low
them?
Key tell them.
Why? Well, also, why low key?
Why low key? There's no non-obvious way you can admit to them that they're on camera or that you need cameras.
It's just to relate, just to be like,
you
have no idea how wild my shit gets sometimes. Okay. And honestly,
how do they
I have
handle
to
that
take
usually?
A breath twice a day and say, my life a movie, dude.
Twice a day you take a breath and say, my life a movie? Yeah. That can't be accurate. Your life is not. I know you so well. That can't be true.
I wish it were only 90 minutes, but there ain't no credits on this.
Why? Why wouldn't there be credits on the movie?
To celebrate all the people that worked on it.
That's great.
You're sort of not interested in doing that. Okay, listen.
Sorry,
I was trying to check in with Juliet and figure out what's going on in their life, and you took it over
catch up.
because your life a movie.
This is the shit I'm talking about, though. I just go down a path and it gets so out of fucking control. Pretty soon I've alienated everyone in my life. It's happening right now, Juliet. What reality TV shows do you watch?
Okay. Thank you for the question. I've been watching a couple over the summer. The one that right now feels the most relevant and captivating is obviously the Golden Bachelorette.
Ooh, I've heard of this.
Yes, you mentioned this. This is the elder
yes,
sort of mature dating show.
So they take this how do I put this? Sort of hot grandma, and she simultaneously dates starting at the high number of 30 men, and then eventually she gets down to one over several weeks. It's recorded sort of live, so there's new episodes.
Are they slinging
dick
the same way they do in the regular Bachelorette? Are they fucking as much as it seems they are?
We're only 3 episodes in. I would guess no. Sure. However, I don't think that doesn't mean they don't want to, because I think
old people be horny as hell.
Old people fuck a lot, I've heard.
Oh yeah, wasn't that kind of the thing? Like, wasn't that a big problem during the pandemic?
The nursing homes also experiencing a lot of STIs. So this could be one filthy little mansion. We don't even know.
Did you mention there's one young bachelor on the show who's trying to get her affection?
It's a bunch of 65 to 80-year-old men and then one 40-year-old guy.
Honestly, I think that would make things a lot more interesting. I would say the key difference between The Bachelor and The Golden Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and The Golden Bachelorette isn't necessarily the age. It's just like the quality of people they bring onto the show.
Okay.
So, for instance, there was one season of The Bachelorette where there was this guy, and he was just simply known as Waboom. He just had this cat, like in the job description, it would be like, his name was like Jeff or something. It was like Jeff, and then below it was like Waboom. And his whole thing was that he would run around.
Like Carlos Painter, like Jack, like, real estate agent, and then just Waboom.
On that same season, there was a gentleman where they have like a first impression meeting where they get out of a limo and they go up to her and they're like, hey, this is me. And this guy decided to tickle her as a prank. So he became Tickle Monster. He lasted pretty long, which was surprising.
This is the regular Bachelorette.
This is just the show. And then there was another guy that same season who brought on a small doll version of himself.
What?
Where do they find these people?
Kevin was just talking about one of his phobias last episode was Slappy the dummy from Goosebumps, and this guy brought on his own homemade Slappy.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
That's terrifying.
I never liked Flat Stanley, personally. I didn't know what was going on with
Flat
that.
Stanley?
I have no interest in that.
Who are these people? Sound like characters from Jersey Shore. Yeah. Like Flat Stanley.
Flat Stan.
Kevin, this is a children's.
Stan's got a cowboy ass.
Flat Stanley is not on the show, Kevin. He's a cartoon.
He's not in the room right now. Okay, you don't have to worry about him again. But yeah, they have these like crazy dudes come on for this younger show, and this poor young woman is like, oh my god, who am I supposed to like?
Picking from the dregs of society. But
but then the dudes that come on the Golden Bachelorette, they're like, one of them's like a New York City firefighter, and he like loves to hike. And then there's one who's like, his intro was, he was like, I like fast cars and luxury. I am Pascal. And he's like, I own a hair salon in Chicago. I'm like, it's in Skokie, but
I know the difference. Come on.
Yeah, but they're like sort of gentlemen. There was this one dude who gets out of the damn limo and he brings her a mason jar full of his famous chicken noodle soup. His name is Chalk, by the way. And
Chalk or Chalk?
Chalk.
Okay.
Chalk.
And he's like, I know that because they also like do a lot of research on the contestant, like the people going in, so they have an edge up on the whatever. He's like, I know you make homemade soup, so I wanted you to try mine. I was like, this woman has met probably like 20 guys at this point, and you're forcing like cold soup down her gullet. Like,
that's a big ask.
Not to be rude, I don't really know the great television quality that is brought up when you have a bunch of older people sipping cold soup together within the first 10 minutes of the show. I feel like it sets the wrong tone.
Wait, they made her eat it in front of him? Like they didn't heat it up or anything?
No. A lot of people will bring stuff for the Bachelorette to eat. They're like, this is what I make. I don't want to try your weird soup. Like, I get you.
That, like, sharing food is a form of like love and care, but I do think that it's not on like when you meet me. I mean, I guess the idea is like you're engaging the senses, and senses are tied to memory, but like.
I think you're thinking about this more than they are.
Rip a sick fart in front of her, and she'll never forget
that.
Kevin
just read The Game, and he's trying to apply his new knowledge.
Tell her you think she's awful. No, I'm saying rip a sick fart in front of her. She'll never forget it.
There's an impression. A lot of people will dress up in costumes.
Mm-hmm. I do think if you're an older guy, though, you probably have one recipe that is just dynamite. Like, just you've been making it for decades, and like maybe that's going to be.
Shouldn't we get started on that like now then?
I think we'll just eventually learn it as we do. Speaking of my check-in, actually, speaking of cold soup,
yes,
I have a bone to pick with a certain kitchen appliance that I'm trying to use right now. What do you guys think about the slow cooker?
I'm a big slow cooker
Try
fan.
a slow cooker.
I don't use it as much as I'd like to, but I really do.
I don't understand why we need that. Yeah. I've never wanted something cooked slowly.
That's fun. So,
or what happened to the oven? Can it not cook slowly?
And actually, where is the oven these days? I haven't heard so much from the dang oven.
It's
oven
like
erasure.
It's an oven bowl, and it's on
from
top
big
of your
slow
counter.
Cooker.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
So it creates I think the thing people really like about it is it creates the soft, juicy meat from like cooking in its own juices for a very long time. It's gonna like fall off the bone. It's gonna be really tender.
People love that.
But it does require so many different kinds of planning. Like you have to plan what you're gonna make and get that in advance, and then you have to get up in the morning and cook.
That's a normal. Wait a minute. That's a normal requirement for cooking.
Listen,
you have to plan it.
The one thing I don't like about the slow cooker.
You have to prep the meal. You have to Google
put
a
it
recipe.
You still have to do that when you cook in your oven.
You have to get the ingredients. They're not just brought to you, Kevin.
That doesn't buy them. Listen, I get that you use some sort of meal delivery service, like one of like Factor or whatever the fuck they're called. But this is.
I know it's. Let me just say it. I know it's an election year, but in Biden's America,
what
the fact that I have to get up at 8 a.m. and cut up raw chicken breast so that I can have dinner in 9 hours.
Did you say get up at 8 p.m.
8 a.m.
Okay, get up at 8 a.m.
So that I can have chicken stew in 9 hours? Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am? Joseph Robinette Biden?
I don't think that's what Biden wants for you. I don't think Joe Biden's interested in you using a slow cooker.
You have no idea what Biden wants for me, okay?
Thank you.
That's
and
fair.
Don't put words in his mouth. He's made the most heroic sacrifice of any politician in my lifetime by clinging to the presidency far longer than he should have.
Yeah.
No,
with the death grip of rigor mortis.
I just think everyone talks about it like it's so nice, but you need to have such self-control. It's like the marshmallow test times 10 to get up early to cook and then to be like, and around 5, I need to be ready to eat this. I need to be like home. I need to monitor it all day.
No, it doesn't. Yes. I don't think you're used to using the slow cooker. It sounds like you're just like you can set because it's got like low, medium, and high settings. You can let it get to a point. If it's ready in 4 hours, you just set it to low, and then it just stays simmering for those until you're ready with it. It doesn't require this sort of maintenance and ever watchful eye. The thing that's great about the slow cooker is that you throw everything into it, a random amount of ingredients. You close it up, you set it on, and then you just fucking leave it. You come back and it tastes incredible.
Is that not just a pot? I'm confused.
Well, yes, but it's a pot. But it's a pot that requires no watchful eye. You know, a watched pot never boils, but an unwatched crock pot always spoils the bad vibes. It spoils the bad vibes.
Hold up. Let him slow cook. My man's slow cooking.
That's why it took me a little longer to get it out. Thank you.
I get the thing about the meal. I think that meal prepping is so ridiculous. I don't understand why we can't just eat meals and make meals and eat them then. Which is the thing that bothers me about the slow cooker as well. Is why should I want? What do I really want a dinner if it's going to take 8 hours to cook?
Do you guys ever eat leftovers?
Yeah.
Leftovers, I agree. I think that meal prep.
The only way to get leftovers is by making food that you have too much of.
No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I only eat leftovers.
That's not possible,
eat
right?
Leftovers.
What are you cooking entire meals and then not eating them to the next day?
That's what meal prepping is.
Yeah, I guess so.
Meal prepping is ridiculous. It's also just leftovers. And then it's like you're eating. Think like these girls on TikTok. This drives me crazy. Like these girls on TikTok. They make all these things and they put them in Tupperware and then they sit in the fridge for like a week and then they take it out like every day at 6 o'clock and eat them. Like you're eating like a chihuahua. Like it's just like wet food from the fridge. This is
crazy. I aspire to be good at meal prep. I cannot. I'm not.
Yeah, you
good
can't
at meal
do it
prep.
either, motherfucker.
I'm bad at it.
No one can.
But it's not a bad thing to desire.
It was invented by the sorry, and I hate to say it, but the liberal media as a way to
don't act like you hate to say the liberal media
as a way to make us. And I'm sorry, but MSNBC. And look, and I hate to name anyone, but Rachel Maddow, she's pushing the meal prep agenda.
I don't think she is. right?
You know what? You know what's a reasonable amount of time to cook?
What?
60 minutes. And there, mic drop. That's the show.
Why is that
that's the mainstream
We've been recording
media.
for 15 minutes.
60 minutes.
Don't mic drop and say that's the show. We can't end it here.
I will say, it's only been 15 minutes. I could have made myself a really okay dinner by now.
Yeah.
I'm aiming for the 15 to 20 minutes.
You guys make yourselves passable dinners in 15 minutes.
Juliet
I need to get like you.
Feeding stir fry to an old man right now, and trying to seduce him. If we weren't doing
on the Golden Bachelor,
the Golden Bachelor, yes,
yeah.
That would imply that Juliet's like near geriatric, though, right?
No, not at all. The opposite. I think
we said there's one young person on the show. Pay attention, Kevin. What's new with you?
Honestly, not a lot. I didn't have much to check in with.
3 times this week.
Yeah, this is the third day.
I tried to have an opinion about a slow cooker. I don't actually care, but I'm trying to create content for the show, Kevin.
Can you come at me now? Opinion? You know what? Here's what's up. I'm wearing a Tupac shirt because Diddy probably killed Tupac. So shout out. That's what's new with me.
Oh my god. This is outrageous. And
you backed me into a corner.
Not to make this about me, not to make the Diddy thing about me, but it totally ruined my week.
Did it actually?
Oh, I spent like all morning one morning just looking at all the Diddy. Like I was on Instagram Reels or something. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like the
just
horror.
When you thought that Casey Affleck documentary couldn't get any more creepy,
oh god,
we realized that Diddy was the other like main figure.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Wow, that's not great. Yeah, honestly, also get him to the Greek. Like I'm just waiting for Jonah Hill's time. You know?
What do you mean?
Well, get him to the Greek. Russell Brand has been sort of found out to be, well, now he's like a fully alt-right psycho, I think, but he was he was like a sexual predator, and that came out, which was unsurprising, but still it was like, oh, and then Diddy, the other like main character in that movie, sexual predator, but Jonah Hill's the only
Jonah
one.
Hill is very controlling of his girlfriend.
Oh, right, he's canceled too.
Oh, did anybody watch his like therapy?
I did.
Well, I didn't. I don't know.
I didn't watch it, and I know some therapy friends who were like, "Oh, I really liked his therapist," and then I feel so weird because clearly it didn't work. Which is not. It's not like therapy just fixes everything. But they felt bad that like
it clearly didn't work. Is hilarious. I know I say all that stuff about doing the work and letting time heal, but I just think we should give up here.
Yeah,
I think you gave it a good shot.
Let's throw in the towel.
You're 0 for 2 here.
Tap out. Yeah. No, there's nothing new with me, man. Let's move into a segment. You want to spin the wheel?
Yeah, let's spin the dang wheel and get started.
Okay.
Let's go. Woo! Rickety.
It's a little old.
Okay, QuickTime Player. Participants must pick a challenging conversation topic and talk about it at double time with minimal space for thinking or breathing.
What?
That'll be good. So
I wrote most of these, and that feels, I don't remember writing that. That doesn't even make sense.
As though we're and a lot of people I know listen to this podcast at times 2 speed. So we're gonna make it easy on you. We are going to do it ourselves.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's maybe not pick. We've already talked about Diddy. Let's maybe pick a less challenging topic than that.
I was just getting started.
Yeah.
But Juliet, is there something not like wildly controversial, but maybe like this opinion will get people
something you're
swords
passionate
at your
about.
neck type of thing that we can debate at double time?
Which opinion will have you like this, and then that meme?
Okay, I think that sand is just beach dirt.
Let's go. Let's
beach dirt.
It's gross. Why would I want to sit in the dirt? No tree. Put a tree on the beach. What's the problem? I don't understand. Truly, something to lean against.
First,
a little shade.
I'm just gonna stop you. You're gonna have to do this a lot faster. So
okay, got it.
We're gonna.
Are we all talking about this at the?
We're gonna
simultaneous.
Begin with our hottest beach take opinions. We're all talking double speed, no breathing, no pausing, no thinking. Or do we rotate and each of us does a little QuickTime rant? Maybe because Juliet has opinions about this. It's clear Kevin and I don't. Maybe
I think coming up with a hot take about the beach is not a bad idea. I think I could do that. Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, I could do it. I could do it.
Okay.
Okay. So Juliet, would you like to go first, and we'll maybe do we want to set a timer for this tea?
No, we'll just kind of feel it out. But we'll say until we say so.
Okay.
That's
we're all
helpful.
going double time.
Just give me the light. Yeah.
Okay, we'll give you the light.
Okay.
And begin.
Sand is beach dirt. I think it's ridiculous that nobody's talking about it. I also feel like the beach itself, I'm not very interested in it. I don't want to lie around in a bunch of wet dirt with a bunch of strangers I don't know who barely have any clothes on. I'm not going to carry an umbrella to the beach. Also, why is umbrella the one thing that we have as shade? No one thought of anything else? Visor, maybe? Big visor? Why does it have to be an umbrella? I don't get it. I think sand is gross. I don't like how it gets in places. Did you know that there are bugs in the sand? Because there are a lot of them. And I've seen a lot of disturbing Instagram reels.
The thing that this makes me think of, and hang on, Juliet, the thing that this makes me think of is Anakin Skywalker in the second Star Wars film, who famously does not like sand because he believes that it gets everywhere and it's unlike his love. And I feel that is a thing that sand does get everywhere. You come home from the beach, even when you're very, very careful, you change your shoes, you change your clothes, you're like wash off in the little shower. The sand is coming home to roost. You're going to get home, there's going to be sand in your sheets, there's going to be sand in your like stepping mat where you enter with your shoes, there's going to be sand all over your stuff. And also, speaking of the naked hot people, there's something about the beach that makes me feel insecure. Every time you go, it's like everyone's brought their fucking A game. It's like, this is inappropriate. I want to look at myself in the mirror after and feel good. And I don't want to
And you know what, Thomas? I agree with you there, because you might think as a Caribbean man that I might enjoy this flavor of sand because, it's part of my genetics or something like that. People always think, oh, that brown guy, he must love sand, he must love sand, he must love sand. But they're wrong. They're wrong. I don't love sand. I don't love sand. Like I don't see why people think, they must love dogs because they're dogged or whatever like that. No, that's not how I think. The thing about sand, the thing about the beach, the thing about everything else, when people go to this beach, it's not just sand. It's wet sand. It's wet sand that gets everywhere. It clings to you. It sticks to you. It goes to your body like some sort of clay, like some sort of thing you cannot shake off, cannot get off your back, like a monkey on your back. And you get home, and where is it? It's in your crevices, it's in your cracks, it's in your creases. You go into the shower, you're getting that sand more wet. The sand is wet. It's on the floor of the shower. Then you have to scrub your shower. You have to scrub your shower. You can't just hose off the sand. It doesn't go down because the sand is built to retain the water. It's built to restrict the water. It's built to defend itself against the water, so you cannot beat the sand. And you know what? I'm tired of people when sort of like horrible disasters occurring, they want to use sandbags to stop problems. I don't think so. Let the water run. Let the water run. We are 80% water. The world is 80% water, and we don't need sand.
Wow.
I was also called a sand N-word in middle school.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry that happened.
Thank you for finally apologizing.
Are you, Thomas?
Yeah, I'm referring to the segment.
Are you sorry it happened?
Yeah. I'd like to formally apologize for the things I said to you in middle school. No, we did not go to school together.
No.
Oh my God.
Wow. Some really strong
old tweets are resurfacing. I see.
Well. Should we do one more round, a different topic?
I don't mind.
And maybe try to do some more turn taking. So we'll jump in and out, kind of like we're tagging each other. Yeah. Okay.
Got
Relax.
it. Yeah.
So let's. What's another controversial? Kevin, you got some hot takes, my man.
Yeah. I do. I think perhaps maybe. What?
I think we got an incredible delay on that comment. Maybe that was from 10 seconds before. Did we lose you?
Yeah, my computer's being a little fussy because it's from 2017 and there's a giant hole in it. So just give me one sec.
Let's take an ad break and try to reset Juliet's situation, and we'll come back.
Wait,
hold on. I have traction. Yeah, it's crazy. I got a text from my downstairs neighbor today asking if my Wi-Fi has been slow lately.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Sounds like you've been using our Wi-Fi. Oh my God.
Hey Josh, do you like drinks?
Hey Rob, I love drinks.
Oh my gosh, would you like having a good time?
I love having a good time.
Then dude, you gotta check out Poppin' Bottles!
What? A comedic podcast about our favorite beverages?
Absolutely. Every week we have a guest on where they talk about their favorite beverage. And then we do a whole bunch of segments. You like segments, right?
Oh, if I'm not eating an orange by segments, then I'm not enjoying it.
What about games? You like dumb games?
I love the dumber the game, the more I enjoy it.
Then you gotta check out Poppin' Bottles, available wherever you find podcasts.
And we are back. I think have we decided we're going to scrap the rapid fire round?
So we spoke so fast that Juliet's computer decided that's not quite my tempo. It J.K. Simmonded the podcast. It slowed everything way down. We had some restarting, some lag, but we're back. It's normal.
My mother always tells me to slow down, so this was helpful.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mom. Do you have a segment for us?
Oh, do I? Yes, is the answer to that question.
Great.
Okay, good.
Say
good.
More.
And what is
Oh, that's a secret. No. Okay, so essentially, as we all know, fall is upon us. It is the season of cozy, if you will. And I was looking at Yankee Candle flavors or scents rather lately. And then I sort of took a deep dive into vape flavors because those also tend to have the most ridiculous names.
Yes.
And I think Yankee Candle and the vape sort of share a nonsensical scent profile naming.
It's very true. Very true.
That's true.
So I'm going to tell you a name, and you have to tell me if it is the name of a Yankee Candle or a vape flavor.
That's great.
Fun. This is good.
This is a very fun segment. I like it.
Candle.
We can start with an easy one.
Okay.
Okay. A Child's Wish. Is that a
If
candle?
that's a vape flavor
or a vape?
Yeah, I'm puffing on that Child's Wish.
Fat child clouds. I'm going to say that's a candle.
I'm going to say it's a candle as well.
You are correct.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
now, what that smells like, I have no idea.
If you don't know what it smells like, you're the problem.
You're the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as we know, every child dreams of smelling.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I am going to look this one up. I'm kind of interested.
A Child's Wish Yankee Candle? Yeah.
It's Child's Wish. What does a Child's Wish smell like? So Brandon Moe said, candle arrived today, burned for over an hour, 0 cents. Good to know. Great. Okay.
Not getting that one.
Yeah. Some social commentary from this candle. Okay, what was the second one?
Okay. This one. Okay. Hurricane Skies.
Ooh. I think that's got to be a vape.
I think so too, because
it's got like
a relax with a candle. You don't want a natural disaster smell. The smell of burning flesh.
Also, what does sky smell like before it's a hurricane?
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True.
I love my FEMA response candle.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's a weird tone. So that one is a vape. Hurricane Skies is a vape.
Hurricane Skies is good. I like that.
Okay.
That one's good.
We're both 2-2.
Okay. Here's a good one.
Uh-oh.
Canary Island Banana.
Oh,
that could really go either way.
Go either way.
One of the 2 Canary Islands. I've been to Tenerife. I've been to Lanzarote. Those are considered the Canary Islands because my aunt and uncle had timeshares.
I'm gonna guess a vape for this one.
Canary Island banana.
Yeah, I think banana's kind of a weird candle flavor, but it's a very simple vape flavor. So I'm gonna go with
candle. I'm gonna diverge here.
Okay. It is a candle.
Oh.
Ooh.
Nice one.
I just felt like it was a curveball. I felt like banana's a weird candle, but I think it was the candle.
Yeah.
No, still is a weird candle.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this time I'm gonna give you 2, and you have to guess which is which.
Okay, great.
Okay. Island Dream and Ocean Water. Which also, the ocean is water. So...
Right. The idea of... Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But the idea of sucking on a vape that's ocean water, like, it would just be salty.
That does make it sound like it is 0 THC.
Inhaling salt, like, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do mids. I do that ocean water.
Sucking on that ocean water.
Yeah.
So I am gonna...
It's great for my hair. Yeah.
I'm gonna assume the ocean water is the candle and the...
Island breeze.
Anything that says... What was it? Island...
Dream.
Anything that has dream in it, that's a vape flavor, I think, generally.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to agree with Thomas here. Island Dream is something that Thomas has called me many times.
Stop bringing up.
Stop bringing it up.
Oh, you want me to hide my brownness, Thomas? Is that what you'd like?
I want you to hide the lies about me using slurs at you.
And we're back at sand. We're back to sand.
No, we are not.
Wow.
And once again, we all return to sand.
Mm-hmm.
N-word.
There was only one set of footprints in the sand, and it was Kevin calling himself made-up slurs. Now, were we correct?
When I wrote a swastika in the sand, it was only one set of footprints.
Stop this.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ocean water is a candle. Island Dream is a vape.
Puffing on ocean water just sounds bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
Puffing
here's a
on
good
that
one.
ocean.
Edelweiss.
Pardon me?
Edelweiss.
Speaking of Nazis.
Also, I was in a bar the other day, and they were clearly trying to close because they started playing Edelweiss.
Wait, what is Edelweiss?
You know from The Sound of Music? Edelweiss, Edelweiss.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is after they run away from the Nazis and they get into the mountains, and then, like, everything's fine.
Sure.
Also,
for a minute, I thought you said anal vice. And to be
No.
completely honest with you,
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
No, you didn't.
I did.
So...
Shut the fuck up! Don't make fun of him!
Pretty good.
We were all thinking it, you know.
Edelweiss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess candle.
I'm Adel on that vice that made Baron trapped. I'm saying this is vape flavor. She Adel on my vice till I'd trap.
Yo!
That's Kim. That's the sound of my beloved that Kim has recorded. Kevin has recorded to distract me. And it does raise my heart rate like there's trouble in the other room. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say these are a few of my favorite strains.
Yes!
The clouds of music. Is that what it is?
That's pretty good. That's good, Kevin. I was trying to get there with that one. I couldn't.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Do you agree? Do you think it's a vape or candle?
I think it's a candle. I think it's a candle. But I based on Juliet's reaction, I think it is a vape.
It is a candle.
Excited.
Damn it.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Once again, what that smells like, I have no idea. Because that's not a scent.
Yeah.
Or even a sentiment, I feel like.
No. It's not even a scent to men.
Yeah. When I think about a movie about World War II, I don't want to know what it smelled like.
Yeah, I got Thomas a candle that was sort of it was the scent of really famous sort of fish shit. The Inglorious Bastards candle. The Inglorious Bastards candle.
I think I would probably buy a candle called Julie Andrews though.
Oh yeah.
That would be some goop, I'd puff on a Julie Andrews vape, man. I'd suck on that Julie Andrews. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I hadn't said that in that way, but it doesn't matter.
It's too late.
Yeah,
it's
on
definitely
the record.
time has passed. Okay, so Kevin's up by 2. How many more? Do I have a chance for a comeback here?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. Okay, here's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Monks in Love.
A candle called Monks in Love is so funny. Oh,
ooh, weird, but yeah, it does.
Strange.
Had a candle?
but also puffing on that Monks in Love is weird.
Monks in Love.
Monks in Love.
Like love.
Is this an untold history?
It makes me think it's a candle because there's something romantic about a candle.
There's a Brokeback Mountain energy going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Silence, the movie about monks, I think.
I don't. Is that a movie about monk lovers?
Also, do we still have monks? Not to be uneducated here. I haven't seen one lately.
Yeah. They write a lot of the therapy textbooks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
White people who became Buddhist monks are honestly huge in the therapy community.
I thought we were talking about Manx in Love. I thought we were talking about the biopic from of Mank.
Did you?
So it's a candle, I think.
I think it is also a candle.
Because of Gary Oldman.
Right. Because Gary Oldman. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a candle?
It is a vape.
Wow.
Oh.
That is a vape flavor. Monks in Love.
Huh. Mank let me down.
Go figure.
Monks in Love would be a weird vape flavor. I wonder what it would taste like.
You see, none of these names are giving any sort of indication as to taste any of the senses.
I am curious because
Kevin's
a big weedsman, and as is your partner Kara. And I'm curious, when you go to the shop, do they have like couple oriented products that it's like, because Monks in Love, that sounds like that's something you share. That's not just for you. Are there like buy this is for 2,
right?
Or is it usually more individual purchases?
I mean, I think like I don't know. Smoker culture is like generally kind of built around sharing. Like the idea being that like you're probably not. Smoke sessions are a big thing. Passing joints around are a big thing. You know, I think that there's a decent amount of collaborativeness involved in like how things are built. But like that being said, like there's not a lot of bongs out there with like 2 mouthpieces, for example. There's not a lot of like
great.
You know, that's so cute.
There should be.
Yeah. I mean, you like
I want to share some
harder
like
than the other person to try and like Lady and the Tramp some weed. There's there, but no, I mean Monks in Love, according to the internet, it's violet and orange flavored. I don't know what
violet.
Yeah, I don't know how the flavor of violet. I guess it's like it's more like an aroma, right? So it's like violet. Like
Dream blunt rotation: Liesel von Trapp, Friedrich von Trapp, Louisa von Trapp, Kurt von Trapp.
Yeah,
I'm slinging weed out the Von
Trapp. Von Trapp.
I want that little stinker Marta in there.
Yeah,
okay.
That 7-year-old fucking
smoking in the Von Trapp house.
Yes.
Okay.
Von Trapp house. That's it.
There it is.
That's what she wanted. That's what she wanted.
Yeah.
God, she could have used one of those. Jeez.
Because
I've never seen The Sound of Music, so these references are sort of lost on me.
The cross joint from that Pineapple Express movie felt like a shared weed experience where you need a friend kind of thing.
Yes.
I can't.
I think if it's a volume issue, it's like the same thing with the slow cooker, you know?
Exactly.
You're not getting through all of that.
It's a little bit, honestly, alcohol. Alcohol's a little the same way though, too, right? Like alcohol often purchased and meant to be shared, though not always used. Well, I mean, that's it's not actually particularly like normal or advisable.
Have you seen any Corona commercial?
It's
always someone taking out a beer and then going, "Ha, here you go."
Yeah, it's not Live Solo.
Any Vin Diesel propaganda shared on this program.
Okay.
Despite what those movies might suggest, not all of us have mi familia. It's actually just me, myself, and mean.
Right. I told Thomas to live Moss, and he thought they forgot 3 letters.
Okay.
Thought that it was Liv Thomas.
I drink fast and then I get furious.
Yeah.
Holy, okay, calm down. Don't drink fast and get furious. That's bad.
It brings out a deep rage from within.
Drink when you're angry, obviously.
Yeah. Get angry first, then pound a few brewskis.
Never go to bed mad. Drink first until you feel calm, and then go to bed.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, this is good. I think we need one or two more to kind of close out this segment.
Perfect.
What do we got here?
Okay. This is my favorite one I found.
Okay.
This is Cherry Blossom - Love You.
A lot of romantic.
Love you.
Love you.
What the hell?
The cherry blossom makes me think of weed, but the love you again, we just had a romantic weed, so I'm thinking about that's a candle. That's a tough one.
Here's what I think. I'm gonna put forward something here. I think this is like one of those candles. It's a cherry blossom, like that's the scent, but then "Love You" is like the inscription written on it. It's like a special type of candle, and they're saying like this one is commemorative for like say Valentine's Day or what have you, and it's got this sort of intimate message on it. So yeah,
I like that. I'm gonna just go opposite just in case, and also because I've been thinking about weed exclusively, but some of these are nicotine.
Yeah,
vapes,
I mean, vapes are, I think, actually more commonly are nicotine than they are THC.
It's a big world out there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, for some reason, this is a vape. Cherry Blossom Love You.
So you're wrong. It is a candle. It is a candle.
Yeah.
I got all the candles wrong. Kevin's up by 3.
They call me Kevin Candleman.
Like someone's gotta.
Yeah. That was the first nice thing you've described people calling you this episode.
Yeah. They call me Kevin Candleman because they think I should be lit on fire.
Stop.
Okay.
From the top.
Let's pivot.
Stop.
We'll do one more.
Exaggerating your own oppression.
Wow, Thomas.
How dare you?
Kevin's a multi-business owner, a homeowner. He's doing fine. He's payrolling this podcast all the way.
Wow. So you're saying he can take it? Wow.
I'm just saying he could be brought down a peg.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Look, do I also have an immense amount of privilege? Yeah. But we're not talking about me.
We're not talking about me.
But
we're not
one of us
talking
is
about
playing
me
the
right
victim. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, final one, and this one is worth 4 points, so I could turn it around.
Okay.
If I get this one right.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Because there are a couple of them that are funny but are obvious as to what they are, but I feel like this one will be a good.
Okay, good.
Kind of in the middle. Southern Charm.
That's what Thomas often hides behind when he sort of speaks about me and to
Do I have a Canadian accent?
You just sort of say
there's
like,
a South in
racism is part of
Canada
your
too.
Southern
Don't
charm.
forget
That's
that.
We
say
are
that-
Southern Canada. I
Yeah,
guess Manitoba's
yeah.
kind of the South.
You sort of claim that the things you think and your opinions, both politically and ethnically, are sort of Southern charm.
Is there a Southern Charm in Canada, in the South? Would you say?
No, I would say
it's not quite geographically like.
It's like east, wouldn't you say? It's like Nova
Yeah.
Scotia. Or
I think
kind
there's
of
like
the,
culture.
Oh, that
about
Eastern charm.
provinces.
Sure.
Yeah, there's an Eastern charm, but I don't think we really have like a. It's more like province and frankly city based, the same way like the States has like, oh, if you're from this state, you're like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we.
I
have
understand the
same-
comparison. For some reason, my mind cannot understand provinces as like.
Yeah, they're just states. It's effectively the same thing.
It's a state, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
This is
effectively
good
the
to
same.
know.
There's no difference, really.
This is good
I'm
to
sure.
know.
I'm sure when you get into like this minutia of the politics, there's probably a reason why they're named differently.
It's
but
like
yeah.
if a state had only one major city and then a lot of just like
Rural
fields
towns.
and rural towns. Which
Because there's
does
just an
happen
immense
here.
amount of space here. Like we have more space than the United States does, and we don't have nearly as
Lucky.
many. I mean, a lot. Don't worry, a lot of it is frozen wasteland or flat nothing.
Oh, that's true. That's
yeah.
true.
I'm gonna guess that this is a candle because I've been getting all the candles wrong.
Right, we called it. What was it again? It was
Southern Charm.
Southern Charm.
Charm,
I'm gonna
charm,
go with a vape. I think it's gonna taste a little like Southern Comfort.
Okay. It is. It is a vape.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, dude. You're the vape god, dude. How does it feel, man?
Yeah. Yeah, Thomas, you wanted me to be a candle man. You wanted me to be burnt from the top down to nothingness, but instead I rise in a cloud of vaporized smoke.
Kevin is low-key John Wick.
Yeah. Dead ass, honestly.
I will murder your pet.
And I've often called Thomas my dog. So if anyone's out there sort of trying to spark a revenge story.
I just said I was going to murder your pet, and then you made me your pet 1 second later.
What goes around comes around, man. There were a couple. There were a couple of names.
What were some highlights that you want to shout out?
Yeah, what were your favorite ones?
Betty Chill. There was Betty, and then there was Betty Chill.
Betty Chill.
Yeah.
Betty Chill's going to be a menthol.
These are vapes. Yeah. Another one was Paul Harris Extreme.
Who's Paul Harris?
I have no idea. I thought it was Paul Calvin Harris, but like his real name. But then I was I think his real name might be Calvin Harris.
Paul Percy Harris was a Chicago, Illinois-based attorney.
It can't be him.
I'm sure it's him.
He founded the club that became the humanitarian organization Rotary International in 1905.
Yeah, so this is an extreme version of that.
Yeah.
This one, Straight Up Cake.
Straight Up Cake.
Is that a candle?
That's a vape.
Oh, wow. All of them are vapes.
Yeah, candle-wise, we have ones that just don't. One of the candles was whoopie pie! !
Whoopie pie is like a dessert. It's like a
yeah. It's like that cake. Afternoon scrapbooking was another candle. Which I guess smells like paper, maybe.
I like the idea of having specific candles for every activity you're about to do.
Yeah.
Like
that's
washing
the thing.
the dishes is one candle, and then white load of laundry is another candle. Chop 8 chicken breasts.
Yeah, and then we have God Bless America.
Wow.
Oh,
as well. Finally.
A real Yankee candle right there.
Thank you.
It's about
That's probably one of the original scents. Yeah, but this was a riot in terms of research.
This is a great segment, Juliet. Despite the fact that Kevin won, and we try to keep that to a minimum, I did enjoy it. Shall we? I know we got a little interrupted. We're probably close to the end. Should we have one more quick audience segment to wrap it up for today? Here we go. Woo. Okay, this is called inverted live action. The trend is, which animated movie or series can we make live action today? Instead, what is a live action movie that you want to see animated? It doesn't have to be for good reasons. So the animated Godfather, let's see that ruin the magic. This is from Char As Nabel.
Shout it out to
basically
Luke.
Every single time it's from Char As Nabel, but they're all good.
Yeah.
So
this is a good segment.
Yeah. Sound of Music animated, just going to throw that out there as we've been talking about it a lot. Could be fun.
Yeah.
Would actually kind of work. I feel like that has the vibe of an animated Disney film.
Yeah, it does. It does. Musicals are sort of an easy translation. I feel
here's one that jumped into my mind right away.
Yeah.
I don't think we get a lot of these. An animated horror movie. What if we had Saw animated? Because then the ways they would escape from the traps would be like weird cartoon logic. Like they would fold their body over and like slide through the handcuff or something like that. I think that could be
they
really
can
fun.
do that, but
doesn't
that kind of just destroy
Saw,
the stakes?
It's Jigsaw, it's Saw, but it's Bugs Bunny. It's like all the most devious Looney Tunes escaping and just pranking Jigsaw. That would be great.
I think it minimizes the stakes too. That murderer. He's just a goofy guy looking for a friend.
It's Scooby-Doo. It's like the Scooby-Doo gang, but if they got caught by Jigsaw instead. Like the Scooby-Doo Saw.
Isn't the premise that like his partner has a terminal illness or something, and he's trying
he sort of does.
He has a terminal, so yeah.
Boing. Yeah, it would be really.
Would Jigsaw be like Foghorn Leghorn or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
I say, you want to play a game? Okay, so I've got mine. What do you guys think? What would be a good?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of different content out there, but I do think Requiem for a Dream is due for a sort of a reimagining of sorts. I just watching people descend into the horrors of addiction.
There was a kind of drug animated movie, right? What was it called? I'm looking it up. A Scanner Darkly.
Oh, I was about to say A Scanner Darkly. That was like rotoscoped
yeah.
and everything, right? Yeah. I didn't see that one. But I think in the same vein that you want to kind of take a genre that isn't quite often
you can't always put it in the same vein, Kevin. You're gonna have to change that up if you're a regular heroin user.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know because I stay in the same lane, and that's the ass to ass lane. The most famous line from Requiem for a Dream is
ass to mouth, right? Not ass to ass.
Ass to ass. No, there's a scene at the end when everything's getting really bad, and they the girl's in like the sex party, and she's like having sex in front of all those men with like all the sex toys and stuff. There's like a point where it cuts to this like old white man in the crowd, and he's like, ass to ass, and it's I just imagine what it must be like to be that guy in Hollywood, because that's like the most famous. It's pretty well known as part of the silly part of the movie. So anyway. Okay. Now I've sort of done that on the air.
Yeah, it didn't seem famous enough for us to quite jump at it, but clearly it's important to you. Juliet, what's your thought? What movie would you like to animate?
I would really like to see a drama animated. Couple ideas here. Have you guys seen Harold and Maude?
Ooh, I know the movie. I've never seen it though.
Harold and Maude is about a love story between a 17-year-old boy and like a very old woman who's about to die.
You just love the Golden Bachelorette so much.
It's so weird, and like they low-key bang in the movie.
Okay.
What?
It's this like old ass woman. Cat Stevens does the whole soundtrack, so I think that could be sort of whimsical in like a Fantasia kind of way.
What the hell?
But I'm just interested in that.
There's a whole new meaning to where do the children play? They're playing in an old folks' home, my friend.
Yeah, they're like frolicking through and like I don't know. I think it could be sort of upbeat and fun.
In a way, it's a child's dream.
It's a weird movie. Yeah. Another one I was thinking, Walk to Remember.
The Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore film, which is also not a good movie to watch before you go to work, because I did that the other day. That put me in the worst mood.
Isn't it like a pretty sad movie? Isn't it like all about like grief?
Okay. Yeah. Spoiler here. But basically...
I mean, it's been out for like 20 years.
I think I'm safe to say this.
Yeah.
Mandy Moore is the preacher's daughter. And she like one of the recurring like things in the movies that she always wears cardigans, and they're like, her sweater is so ugly, like she's a dork.
Is it the same cardigan that everyone's ripping on, or is it
no?
Like a different...
She has like a couple of cardigans, and they're like
all
cute
bad.
And fine, and they're like, what a virgin! It's like a weird Target.
Yeah.
And then she basically she befriends the bad boy at the school, who recently was with his friends, and then like they made this guy jump off of this silo into a lake, and you're like, did he die? And then like it doesn't come back to that part of the movie for like 45 minutes.
Wow.
So you're sort of just left up in the air with like, what was that scene doing? Was that the Walk to Remember? Still unclear.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens
the movie
is
seems
that
to have forgotten it, which is the worst.
Yeah, and then Mandy Moore and the bad boy end up dating, and then Mandy Moore and him are like really together and in love, and then Mandy Moore is like, "Oh my God, did I tell you that I'm terminally ill?"
Oh,
yeah, knife to the heart.
Yeah,
Mandy Moore's like about to die.
Oof.
And then he's like, let's get married. I love you, baby. And then he like builds her a telescope, and then they like sleep in a graveyard where I'm pretty sure they have sex.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. And then Mandy Moore's in a musical with him, and they like get married, and then she dies.
That's one weird thing in the movie.
I just quickly, I'm pulling up.
Yeah, I'd like to see her like this.
Mandy Moore was a cartoon character in Clone High.
Oh, really?
And the whole time, everyone's like, "Aren't you Mandy Moore?" And she's like, "No, I'm a different person, but it's clearly her."
No,
so
that's obviously Mandy
Moore. She's a villain.
And look at this cardigan. It's sort of like a just dirt-covered, ripped shirt.
Right. Yeah, she looks to be unkempt and unwell, sort of. That's fascinating. I feel like it's weird in these movies, like A Walk to Remember, where like the bad boy also gets involved in the High School Musical. You're like, all right. Like,
yeah, that was like his punishment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love when schools.
Principal was like, "You need to explore your
programs.
artistic side and stop hanging out with those bad kids."
Yeah.
As a punishment, they put him in drama class. Wow.
Yeah.
I just
and
think
he's like, I'm playing the lead. I don't think so.
Just
and Manuel was like, I'll help you learn your lines.
Clips here.
Great.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up. You know what else would be an interesting? No, this would probably be really bad. I'm just thinking because of all the press around it, if they wanted to sort of like flip the switch, change the tone, maybe that new Blake Lively, It Ends With Us animated.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know anything about this movie at all.
Yeah.
Except I think my mom messaged me and that she enjoyed it a lot, but I don't. Isn't
That's
it like
great.
problematic? Isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it's a movie about like domestic violence, and Blake Lively's on all these press tours, and there's this one famous interview where she's like, girls, get your florals, and come see my new movie.
Oh no.
And all these interview clips are coming up of her being like really mean to reporters, and everyone's like, she's mean? I'm like, yeah, she's super hot. Like, what did you like? Yeah. She's like a hot like TV actress.
She's incredibly hot. Her partner's incredibly hot, and they're like super rich and successful. They're definitely going to be bad people.
They're going to be mean.
On the show all the time. If you're hot, you're vapid, you're empty, and we don't want to hear from you.
That's exactly right.
So let's end on that note.
Great.
Thank you so much, Juliet, for coming on the show.
This has been a delight.
This has been a joy. Is there anything now? We're in a sketch show together, but when this comes out, we'll just have done our second show. So our third show is on November 7th at the Den Theater at 8:30. Check out season 1. Is there anything else that you'd like to point our listeners to?
Ooh, well, I make music, which is great. Oh, that's a great reaction.
Hold on a second here.
Of course you do.
Is that better? There you go.
Yeah, I have like an album out and a couple EPs, but I'm putting out new music in November, in about a month.
Awesome.
So that's sort of a riot. I toyed with the idea of releasing a house song just for fun, and then I tried to make one. It's much more complicated than you would think. It sounded very bad, so I immediately abandoned that dream. But I do more like indie rock, girl singing song about boy or girl or person or place or thing.
Sure.
Could
sounds great.
We, Kevin, play out this episode with like a 30-second sting from one of Juliet's songs?
Yeah, I'll stick it at the end. I can't do it live, but I'll stick it at the end of the
Thanks.
when you send me your stuff at the after this, send me the links and I'll stick them in the bio as well, so people can take a look at the situation. Find your muzak, as it were. Thomas, you must know what date this comes out. What date does this
coming out on the 21st?
So if you're listening to this, you just missed your opportunity to watch me in the Winnipeg Improv Festival perform over 3 days, but that's okay. You're a coward and a bitch.
I probably wasn't going to go. So
yeah, well, not you. I didn't mean to call you a coward and a bitch. Now you responded, and now I feel really bad.
It's fine. Whatever.
No. Folks, if you're out there and you're looking for something to listen to, we've got What We Do in the Basement. It's an improvised Let's Play D&D podcast that I DM. Thomas was on it for 70 episodes, and then he left to pursue bigger and brighter things. But the rest of us are still there, sort of holding down the fort, keeping the good things coming.
Very spiteful.
We're almost on episode 80 now, which means that clearly we're able to maintain some form of flow and function despite a pretty one would think significant departure, and yet, as it turns out, so there it is. But that's that. If you're listening on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, throw us a comment, suggest a segment if you'd like us to do something. We got to refresh our segments wheel, so it'd be a good idea. Good time now for you to send us in segments. And also, rate us 5 stars if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. Give us those fancy accolades. What's going on? Do you have anything else to say?
No.
Or did I cover all the bases?
And I'm grumpy because of the shit you just said about me, but the show is over.
I didn't say shit about
You made it sound like I had no meaningful contribution in 70 episodes.
Now that Thomas is gone, we can really get to work.
Forgotten, and then you like passed it over to me like, what do you have to say? Like I already mentioned my sketch show. Leave me alone.
Okay. We'll see you next week on...
I can't imagine what you think about my feelings since you're drowning in them every day. Have you got something to say? I don't agree with your hypotheses that I'm overworked and underpaid. You don't understand how easy it is to try less every day. Go through the motions right until it gets too late. Then I'm crying in your face. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but why try what you don't know won't worsen your case? I figured out too late. I've overstepped and underestimated just how long you'd keep up this pace. You don't understand how easy it was to try less every day. Go through the motions right until